Good afternoon, everyone. We are live. We are live. I am hooking up. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Sorry, there's an active shooter at one of the colleges near where my son works. So that's what's going on here. So, anyways, and my son just messaged me. Anyways, hi, everyone. He's okay. He's not near it. Hi everyone, how is everyone? Tonight we're talking about the fall revenue explosion. I'm gonna tune up and to get into the group. We're gonna tune up, and if you're here for the first time, say hi. If you're here for the 90th time, say hi. Let me know you're here. I'm gonna be watching from my phone to see who is on. Tonight we're going to be talking about the fall profit storm, right? How to triple your cleaning business. Why certain cleaning businesses seem to grow and scale their businesses seamlessly, and why some become stuck, right? They stay stuck, right? So I'm Cheryl Hager. This is live at 5. I do this every week on a different topic in the cleaning industry. This is specifically for cleaning businesses only. I own my own cleaning company, Made by Cleaning. I also founded this group, Sisters Who Scale, and I help cleaning business owners scale their businesses, grow their profits, and understand what it takes to create a 7-figure cleaning business, right? So I'm a maid service owner just like you. That's how I started, with a mop in a caddy on my own. I didn't have any money. I don't clean anymore. I did for a while, right? But I haven't cleaned in years because I've built really great teams. I worked hard to do that, right? I've built some really great teams. I understand how people work. I understand management systems, and we run them like clockwork in my business. I focus on what CEOs should focus on. That is growing the business. That's all I do in my business. I'm still active in my business every single day. You'll see me sometimes doing my day in the life, driving to the office. And I have to tell you, I've failed spectacularly at some things. I've hit home runs, and it's my entire mission to share every single breakthrough, every single shortcut, every single system that works with many of you as humanly possible. So, whether your goal is to crush $1 million a year, or you want to stay at $250,000, whatever your target is, there's one non-negotiable truth. You absolutely must have rock solid systems. Now, here's the kicker. Every revenue milestone you hit requires a different system or an upgraded system, right? That's exactly what I'm going to show you today. What works and what is going to waste your time and your money. So I'm going to be checking in frequently. Let me know you're here. Like I said, I have to look in the group, and there's a little bit of a delay. So if you're here, say hi. Let me know where you're from. I don't see any comments yet, but that doesn't mean that they're not on there, because there is a little bit of a delay. So the fall gold mine, it is here, right? Fall is hands down the biggest money making season for cleaning business owners, and the data doesn't lie. Think about it. You've got back-to-back holidays starting in October with Halloween, followed by Thanksgiving, followed immediately by Christmas and New Year's. That's 4 major entertaining seasons where homeowners are hosting families, friends, parties, which means they absolutely need their homes cleaned, right? So plus, once kids go back to school after Labor Day, moms finally have time to focus on their homes again, and they start booking those deep cleans they've been putting off all summer. And add in the fact that people are nesting in for winter, doing their fall cleaning routines, preparing for holiday guests, and you've got a perfect storm of demand, and you want to be there for that. So my own company shows consistent data, because we track everything. It shows consistent data for October, November, and December. They're our highest grossing months year after year for the maid service. We also own a power washing company. That's obviously going to be busy in the summer, right? But when it comes to the maids, it's September, October, November, December. So we're in front of the biggest market right now, and then it carries you through the next year. So people that book reoccurring are still going to be there in January and February. When it gets slower, when we don't have any move-ins and move-outs, and people are cutting back and stuff like that, right? Let me see if anyone's here. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's here because I'm just in the middle of it. So right now you're sitting on the biggest opportunity of the entire year, right? The entire year is right now. So the companies that stay consistent during the slow times are the ones who dominate when the busy season hits, as long as you have your systems in place. So while everyone is panicking about seasons and the economy, it's the businesses that double down on their marketing, try innovative strategies, and refuse to back down that are the ones that are going to come out on top. So being a trailblazer isn't easy, but if you want true success, it's not just survival, but massive success. You have to be willing to stand out and do things differently. Let me just check in here. Everything's going on today. Just making sure everything's all right with my son. So let's talk about the quality challenge, right? And why this is going to actually be good news. So the last thing you want during this gold mine season is cancellations due to quality issues. You've worked so hard to get that new client, you don't want them to cancel because someone's screwing up, right? So how do you fix that? When you start building teams, this is going to happen. It's just part of it, right? Until you get your training systems dialed in and your management structure bulletproof. These are growing pains. These aren't going to be a cakewalk, right? They're unavoidable when you scale. So developing thick skin is a wise idea because this is just a numbers game. So what most people don't realize is that there's so much competition right now. It feels like everyone and their sister is a cleaner, but not everyone is good. You know it and I know it. Definitely not everyone has the systems to handle the serious client volume, right? So you literally cannot take on massive client loads without efficient systems. It just doesn't work. So most companies will hit a wall around 8 to 10,000 in monthly revenue. You will not scale beyond this part without leverage systems. It's impossible. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. The specific systems your company needs to actually scale instead of just survive, okay? So how do you become the number one most respected, most sought after cleaning business in your community? All right, obviously, you need the right staff. You need smart scheduling. You need a good, smart scheduling system. And the staff need to be good cleaners, right? They need to be good cleaners. So today, I'm going to reveal 3, I call them game-changing strategies that must be at the forefront of your operations for you to absolutely dominate your market. So if you want to write these down, definitely, I'm going to check in, see who's here. You all may be here for some reason, but it's not telling me you are. So I won't be able to see. Oh, there you are. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Let me see who's here. Janet, Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? It was like such a lag. So, okay, going back to this. So, we're going to talk about strategy 1, right? We're going to talk about strategy 1. Okay. Strategy 1 is your magnetic brand strategy. So your brand strategy is everything, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. It is the most critical element of this entire equation. So your brand is your identity. It's what your company stands for and how potential clients perceive you before they even speak to you. So before you even meet them in person, they're identifying with what you're putting out online. So you have to differentiate yourself from the crowd. Before you even get a chance to meet a customer, they need to see you everywhere and think, that's the one I want to call. So building a magnetic brand strategy is essential for standing out in the market, building instant trust. You can build trust before even meeting someone, right? And establish an unshakable reputation. So This is going to take a little bit of work. This means crafting your mission, crafting your core values, okay? Into branding DNA, you need to know your audience inside and out so your marketing speaks directly to their hearts. You want to specialize, so don't try and be everything to everyone. Narrow down to specific target markets so you can become the absolute expert at what you do best. So this could be choosing a memorable logo, a color strategy that makes it, makes you impossible to ignore. Do some generic templates that don't use generic templates that everyone else is using, okay? Be creative, be bold, be different. A lot of people use the same types of logos. So what happens when you use the same type of logos? You're going to blend into your competitor. You're going to look the same. So choosing, taking some time and choosing this well is going to help you, because you want your brand to actually tell a story. Okay, like what makes you unique? How do you stand out, against everyone else in a sea of cleaning companies? What I see a lot in cleaning companies, and where they fall short, is their inconsistent brand across the platform. So say you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, everything looks different, right? One day you may use purple and green, the other day you may use yellow and blue, right? You have to have the same logo, the same brand, the same theme over and over and over again. Otherwise, people are not going to be able to recognize you, right? They're not going to be able to recognize you. And that's what you want. People have a 3-second attention span these days, right? They need to see your brand. Here are the numbers. Roughly around 5 to 7 times before it sticks and they remember you. So if you keep changing your look, you're making it nearly impossible for them to remember you, right? So keep your brand streamlined, simple, and consistent across all the platforms, all the time. This is so imperative. So imperative. But when you nail this, your potential clients pre-select you before they even get to meet you in person, right? And that's part of what I teach when I work with owners, how to craft your unique voice, your unique mission, and how to attract the right clients that will pay your higher prices, because they're picking you before they even get to meet you. So when you go in person and do your estimates and stuff like that, and you have a nice sales package, which I teach you how to make one in the Drop Them Off and Scale program, it's a win-win. If they like you and then you come with a home run of having that nice branded sales strategy, full in a folder, stapled together, however you're going to present it, you look way better. They've already, 50% of it is they've already decided in their mind, oh, I hope this company has the price I like because I like them. So when you get to the house, that's when you want to hit the home run. And that's what I teach you how to do. So most cleaning companies clean good. So when you try and connect and compete on we clean good or we're detailed or this or that, it's not going to work. They're not going to identify with you, right? You just get lost at that point. That's not everyone cleans good. Everyone's going to say they clean good. Meticulous, detailed, this and that, right? At the end of the day, you want the people that are going to value you for coming to do what they don't have time to do, and that's clean the house, right? It's the time, right? It's the time that is what you're selling. You're not selling a clean, meticulous, detailed house. Listen, when I have my house cleaned, I don't care if it's meticulous. I just don't want to do it. I want that chore off my plate. So think like that, right? We're all the same, right? We're all the same. So that's strategy number 1. Strategy number 2, you must stop cleaning. The owner must stop cleaning. I know you're looking at me like, how the hell am I going to do that? You've lost your mind, Cheryl. But hear me out. You will never scale if you don't stop cleaning. Period. End of story. You need to master hiring, right? Training, and what I call management tiers, which is different levels of management in your organization. I was talking to Amanda Ellis. Sorry, I don't know why I said Amber. Amanda Ellis today. She sends me a message, right? If she's on here, you guys are gonna laugh. She sends me a message and she's like, I do not like the hiring process. And I'm like, join the club, sister. Nobody likes the hiring process, but it's a process and you need to learn how to do it so you can scale. and it's going to be ugly, and you're not going to like it, and people are going to blow you off, and people are going to no-show, and they're going to do all this stuff. I went through all of this stuff, but I was determined to win. All right, I was determined to figure shit out, to get better as a manager, to get better as an interviewer, if that's the word, to get better at writing hire ads, right? To get better at training people. And once you commit to that, it's gonna work. The only way it's not gonna work is if you give up and you whine and you say this doesn't work and you say you don't like it. Nobody likes to hire, right? Employees are the biggest pain in the butt in your cleaning business. It'll be the biggest thing or nemesis. You're going to hate it. You're going to love it. You're going to hate it. You're going to love it. But you have to learn how to do it if you want to make the big bucks. That's just non-negotiable, right? So everyone in your company should have specific roles, okay? Key players handle specific responsibilities that you should not be doing. Number 1, cleaning. Number 2, cleaning. Number 3, cleaning. All right? Your job as a CEO, as an owner, is to build the company. You can't do that cleaning 5 days a week. 5 houses 5 days a week, or 4 houses, or 3 houses, whatever. It's nearly impossible. And if you try, you'll burn out completely. How do I know? Because I tried to do it. It didn't work. And how else do I know? Because I see you guys trying to do it, and it's not working. So you have to take a breath and say, I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to trust what she's saying, and I'm going to go for it, right? I see this all the time. I talk with hundreds and hundreds of cleaning business owners like all year long. That's all I do, right? And people come to me completely fried, ready to shut down their business. And I ask them, how did it get this bad, right? Why didn't you get help sooner? Nobody is born with business skills. Most of us started a house cleaning business out of necessity because we needed money, or we were good at it, and it was easy money. It's kind of like bartending. Like, you can go, in the beginning, you can go clean 2 houses and get $175 a pop, and you've made $350 for 4 hours, 5 hours worth of work. You think you've scored. But try and do that on scale, not happening. Your body's going to just give up, right? I know Tammy, for example, her body gave up, Janet's body gave up, my body gave up, right? You can't do it, right? So here is a fact, okay? A fact that's worth writing down if you want to write this down. Effective teams result in improved financial performance, okay? Write that down, put it in your car, put it in the bathroom. Effective teams result in improved financial performance, okay? What does that mean? It means they show up consistently. They don't call out sick every Monday, right? Your clients' homes get cleaned and the revenue flows. Effective teams are reliable teams, but there's definitely a skill set required to build this, right? Learning leadership skills to keep your teams happy and showing up to work is essential, and it can be extremely challenging when you don't know what you're doing. So when this works, it flows like a symphony. When it doesn't, it's an epic disaster, and it makes you want to quit. That is normal, right? That is normal. There are no gray areas here. You're going to go through it. It's going to suck. You're going to get to the other side, right? Not every day is going to be shitty, all right? So investing in your management team skills and investing in the long-term sustainability of your business is wise. Your strong leadership ensures your company can navigate every challenge that comes with owning a business or a maid service or any type of business for that matter, right? And it keeps you competitive in the long term. So if your teams are rock solid, you can handle massive growth by continuously adding more houses. You can't add more houses unless your teams are solid or semi-solid or they're getting there, right? So you can only scale as much as your teams can handle. And without management skills, growth becomes impossible. I'm going to give you an example. Sam from Vermont. She is a Drop the Mop graduate. She was in Sisters Elite. She runs a residential and Airbnb business. It's in a small commercial operation right at night. So she went through Drop the Mop with me. She learned my hiring processes, my systems for that. She built an amazing company culture. Just, had a baby a little while ago, her second child, and isn't cleaning at all. So her staff handles everything while she runs the business. She sets herself up like beautifully, right? She set herself up for the year before working with me so she could take maternity leave while the income kept flowing in. Like, that was amazing to see her do that. That is freedom, all right? That's what we're all working towards. If you want to grow your company, you must absolutely stop cleaning. Stop cleaning, right? Strategy number 3. You're going to implement leverage systems that work for you. What do I mean by leverage systems? Technology and processes that multiply your efforts, right? So route optimization, seamless client scheduling where you can see everyone's location to minimize drive time and maximize profits, right? The lower the labor, the higher the profits. Credit card processing, staff scheduling apps so your staff sees their schedule instantly. Client deposits so they don't, client text messages, right? So they don't cancel last minute. They know when you're coming ahead of time, right? All that stuff. These systems accomplish in minutes what would take hours on a Google Calendar or on texting schedules from your personal phone, right? You don't want that amateur hour approach. You have to evolve. This creates real business structure, which is how you grow, right? How you grow. So you can't just hire anyone who shows up, right? When we're talking about hiring, you can't just hire anyone that shows up. You need skilled, dedicated people, not folks looking for a side income or day laborers or people that want to be paid cash or paid this, the same day. That's what I mean by day laborer, right? You can't build a sustainable company that way. You want people who need their paycheck, who want to be part of a team and have compelling reasons to show up every day. What's a compelling reason to show up every day to work? Pay the bills, right? Pay the bills. You need people that need a paycheck, right? Those are the people that you're looking for, okay? So you want to learn how to become an effective leader that people actually want to work for. This is real important. Real important. You've got to be cool, but you got to install the rules, right? Cool rules. I kind of like that. Cool rules. I'm going to write that down. Be cool, but follow the rules. There you go. I like that. So, what are examples of leverage systems? I'm going to check in with everyone and see here. No problem. We have more. Okay. What are examples of leverage systems? Training systems, right? You need to learn how to train your cleaners efficiently and effectively. A system that's fast, thorough, and profitable. I teach this in my program. If you have teams now without a proper system, you've probably already experienced the pain of losing money because they're too slow or unfocused. Time is money when you're the owner. Who has teams right now but they're unfocused? Just say unfocused if you have unfocused teams. 2, you need a payroll system. You need an efficient payroll system. You must know how to handle payroll taxes properly. Every state is different. In Massachusetts, where we have high property taxes, it's higher than, say, Tennessee, right? Or Texas, or Oklahoma. You guys are it's gonna be better. You know what I mean? So staffs love direct deposit instead of paper checks because the money goes in there immediately, right? We use Gusto payroll company. It's formed right for our state. It's all formed for all the states in the U.S. If anyone would like a Gusto affiliate code from me where you can earn $100, put Gusto and I'll get that code to you. They help us a lot. We love it. It has a built-in, already done for you employee handbook that's specific for your state. That's what I love about that. They got a built-in HR system. It's great. A lot of people in this industry use Gusto. It's very user-friendly and it integrates with ZenMaid, with Jobber. It's just good. I can't say enough about it. And it keeps you compliant with your state's regulations, which is real important. Don't go that alone, right? Don't go that alone. Don't try and write your own employee handbook alone. Just, yeah, that's something that I would say, get from Gusto or something like that. So if anyone wants a payroll code for Gusto, type Gusto, even if you're watching it on replay, and I'll get it to you. So your payment system, you at some point will have to take credit cards if you want to scale. Why? Because you can't process 1,000 checks a week. That's why. You can't process 1,000 Venmo payments a week. I'm not saying 1,000. I'm just saying in general. Once you start to get a lot of money coming in your company, you got to track it, right? And tracking becomes a nightmare. If you get cash and Venmo and credit card and check and Cash App and Zelle and all this stuff, right? You'll forget. You cannot forget. This is your money, right? This is your money. So I recommend getting on credit card. Oh, but I don't want to pay the fees. The fees are a small part in the cost of doing business, right? Would you rather pay some fees so you don't lose money, right? We lost money on Venmo. We would send Venmo requests out. They wouldn't pay us. We would forget. 2 weeks later, we'd be collecting a payment. 175, 300. We're like, screw this. We stopped taking Venmo. Yeah, it's your business. You can do what you want. So let's recap these 3 pillars of domination, right? Let's recap it. So your magnetic brand attracts high-paying ideal clients like a magnet. You must stop cleaning. Number 2, you must stop cleaning so you can work on the business instead of in the business. And number 3, you need leverage systems, payroll, hiring, training, payments that streamline your processes and scale your company way beyond 10,000 a month, beyond 15, beyond even 20, right? Beyond even 20. So is this making sense? Let me see if I get any more comments here. Like I said, this is a lag. Here's some more comments. Tammy, I'll give you the code. If you are tuning on replay as well, I can also see this as well. So here's the deal. If you watch this live or on replay, well, there's a bunch of things coming up. Let me go in order. So, actually, let me back up. I have so many things in my mind. So the week of September 22nd, I will be doing an open registration for my Drop Them Off and Scale Accelerator. I usually open it 4 times a year. In between, when I have openings, when someone graduates, I will bring 1 or 2 people in here, but I do an open registration 4 times a year. It's coming the week of September 22nd, and I'm only going to take about 7 to like 8 or 9 clients max. It's a small group, right? So if you're struggling with branding, you don't know how to say things, get across to potential clients, that you would be the best person for them, right? If you're dealing with quality complaints or you're just feeling stuck, we should have a chat, right? The Drop Them Up and Scale Accelerator has the open registration, like I said, starting September 22nd, okay? And I take about 7 to 10 students at a time. So if you want on the waiting list, because it's like September 3rd, if you want on the waiting list or you want to apply for an interview, just type Drop Them Off. If you want to get more information, type Drop Them Off. I'll add you to the list. If you're watching this on replay, same thing, because I'm going to see it, okay? Past graduates have doubled, tripled their revenues. They've learned to hire the right staff. They've built management levels. They've stopped cleaning, which is the biggest thing. Janet Baker from Idaho Falls, who's coming to Rise Retreat, the in-person thing next week, she stopped cleaning. She's approaching 25,000 a month. She was cleaning in the beginning. She was cleaning 5 days a week, and your company wasn't bringing in $25,000 a month, right? She's a perfect example, and now she's in Sisters Elite. She's coming to Rise Retreat. I can't wait to meet you in person. I'm excited. That's next week. But she focused on, she learned. She took the time. She came to class. She learned the systems, learned all the leverage, right? She learned how to attract high paying clients. She's got great branding. Janet Baker, right? Janet Baker. She's on this call. Click on her name. Go see her company. She has great colors, great logo. She did all of that stuff when she was in the program, and now it's reaping the benefits, right? Andrea from Montana, she's another one that's coming to Rise Retreat next week. She went from 10,000 to 32,000 a month, right? She's still cleaning because she's got six. She went out and hired. She was making about 10,000 a month herself, exhausted. She went out and hired 6 people. Now she's up to 32,000. So she's in the field. She's doing quality checks. She's cleaning here and there. She's in, out, in, out. She's very active in it. She's doing insanely amazing, and I'm so proud of her. And another one I can't wait to meet. Can't wait to meet. So these are just a couple stories, but if you're interested, drop them up. I will reach out to you, and we can set up a Zoom interview. That's usually what I do. So, announcements. I have a ZenMade training on the ZenMade channel this Friday. Is it 12 p.m.? What time is it? I have to check because it's listed Central Time. This Friday, if you go in the Sisters Who Scale group, there's going to be a bunch of postings about it this week. There, you'll see me. It's the picture of me holding a mop. Okay, that is Friday the 5th on the ZenMade channel. That is 90 leads in 90 days. How to get 90 leads in 90 days without paid ads. 100% organic. That's the training I'm going to be doing this week. Next week is the big ZenMade Summit. I am speaking on September 12th. I know this for a fact. At 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be talking on company culture and how to retain your staff to grow a 7-figure cleaning business. That one I'm excited about both of them, but that one I'm pretty excited about. So check that out. There's going to be multiple things. I think I reposted it like 10 times just so everyone would see it. So 2 things coming up this Friday on the ZenMade channel. I'm going to be talking 90 leads in 90 days, all organically with no paid ads. And then next week is the ZenMade, the 12th. At 11 a.m. So for those of you that are coming to Rise Retreat, we're going to be live streaming the ZenMade training actually in the house. So we're going to be training that, then we're going to be discussing that. So you're not going to miss that, which should be really, really good. So, all right, ladies, I hope this was helpful. Tammy, I'll get that Gusto code out to you. And you all have an amazing evening. It's been awesome as usual. All right, I will see you soon. Bye.